Kalalala Wadlaya Basham Shai Basham Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great milestone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of this earth, pushing this within truth and in sincerity. Here with another. This is an impromptu kind of video because you didn't show this article, and I was like, damn, you know. So you go through the article and then there's some scriptures, you know what I mean? Because this is everything the scriptures said it would be. This is the government, you know what I mean, the elites pushing their agenda on citizens, you know what I mean? Right, so let me get on it. It's in Massachusetts, arrest parents who refuse babies vaccination, seizes all 5 children. It says, in a chilling escalation of medical authority over parental rights, Massachusetts state officials forcibly removed 5 children from their home after the parents refused routine vaccinations for the 9-month-old baby. And they made on religious grounds, right? Because they believe what they believe. I don't know, they didn't state what the belief is. All it says religious grounds. And we as the men of the Lord know, you know what I mean, that kind of extends to us concerning the whole the whole C19 situation. We, you know what I mean, we were against the juice, right? We wouldn't let our kids take the juice. But this is what's going on, right? So let me see what it, because this is basically the government making an example of them. You know, it says what follows was something out of a dystopian nightmare. You understand? Like is Elysium, right? The fella didn't have feature and taking the injection, and they hide it behind the mirror and so on and so forth, and they had to act as if they was emotionless and so on and so forth. And you know what I mean, it says arrests, handcuffs, and a cross-state manhunt after the parents fled to protect their family. Now, one child is in state custody. The mother faces jail time, and critics are calling it a clear-cut case of government-sanctioned kidnapping. Israel Rivera and Ruth Encarnacion, homeschooling parents of 5 from the Worcester area, reportedly declined routine vaccinations for the infant, citing religious beliefs. The decision triggered a series of events that culminated in the Department of Children and Family removing their children and the parents being arrested in Texas after leaving the state. According to the couple's conflict began after notifying the pediatrician, Dr. Bezad Kohafar, of the decision to delay or forego vaccinations. They claim that during their final visit, Dr. Gohafa allegedly warned them that he would file a report with DCF A51A if they did not comply with the state's vaccination schedule. Following this confrontation, Riviera and Encarnacion attempted to switch pediatricians, but soon after DCF showed up at their home, fearing state intervention, the family left Massachusetts for Texas. Days later, an Amber Alert was issued and the couple was arrested and extradited back to Massachusetts, charged with parental kidnapping. I don't see how you could take something that is already yours, but yeah, we in the land of the wicked in control. So I guess, yeah. Critics say the couple was denied due process when a Massachusetts judge approved a care and protection order without notifying the parents or conducting a hearing. The couple's attorney, as well as several advocacy groups, argue that no evidence of abuse or neglect has been presented. Encarnacion now faces possible jail time while the baby has been placed in the state custody under supervised visitation. The remaining children's whereabouts and custodial status remain unclear. Dr. Gohafa, meanwhile, continues to practice medicine in Massachusetts. He has not publicly commented on the case. Yeah, because why conscience might be beating him now, right? Because now you're tearing a family apart. The Department of Children and Family has not responded to requests for comment citing confidentiality rules surrounding child welfare cases. The case is gaining attention from constitutional and religious liberty organizations who argue that it sets a chilling precedent if refusing a medical procedure on religious grounds is now cause for government seizure of children, then every parent in the country should be alarmed, said one legal advocate familiar with the case. While vaccine mandates and parental rights remain a contentious issue nationwide, this case could become a legal test for how far state authority can reach into medical and religious decisions made inside the home. So clearly we're seeing that the government, run by the elites, headed by the elites, for the elites. They're pushing or forcibly, they're forcibly pushing the agenda on the population. Now we know that, the man in charge of making the juices, the main man, the face of the organization, as one would say, he is the one who said if we do well in medical care, we could decrease the population. So you all know what road is going down, right? We all know the road is going down. There have been many cases linked to that and autism and so on and so forth. This is not medical information. I am not a doctor. Do your own research for yourself, right? There have been many cases in which that the juices affect the children negatively, completely changing them from what they were before the juice, right? Right. So now that we get some precepts here and close out. Now one precept really came to mind. Right. I believe it's in Proverbs. Right. I believe it's in the book of Proverbs. It's so I can put it in like this. I should get these. Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear to rule, the people mourn. And this is it, right? Because now the government has a hand in tearing a family apart because they wouldn't comply with the agenda. And this is as you say, something straight out of a dystopian, you know, scene, however it is, right? And this is it. This is going to be the case in time to come. Well, it's already here, but concerning at least the M.O.T.B, this is going to be the case, you know? Like a trend thing and whatever. And we know kids have no sense of danger. So they would meet somebody and tell them, yeah, well, I do it, and my daddy do it, and my daddy tell me we can't go so big, whatever. And all these things, and they're going to create a dystopian world, right? They're going to create a dystopian world. As Brother Yarba does always say, if not for divine intervention, you know what I mean? If not for the divine intervention, and that is exactly what we open for. That is what we're working for. To get that divine intervention, because as the scriptures say, even if the days were not shortened, even the elect would be deceived. Right? In Job 5 and 12, it says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. You understand? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. You understand? Yeah. He'll take them in their own craftiness because they believe that their agenda, as it says on the back of the dollar, Oh gosh, I can't believe I forget. It's something seclorum, which means he favors our enterprise. El Apostle Gaba have it cook. El Apostle Gaba have it down pack. He knows it. I forget what it says on the back of the dollar, but it's I do it seclorum or something like that. Or something I know it's seclorum or something like that, and it says he favors our enterprise. Right? This is what they believe. However, this is the truth here. He will disappoint them using their own devices. You know? So as much as they try to push this agenda on people and push this uh, uh or try to force people into their way of living, their so-called new way of living, the NWO. You know what I mean? The Most High will come and you will deal with it to suit. And these things are prophesied and promised. You know? So just my 2 cents on that article there, because when I read it, I was like, nah, like, this shit, you know what I mean? It real. It not no longer on we doorstep it in the living room, sitting on the couch. You know? So I hope this video was insightful, I hope it was inspiring, I hope it was edifying more than anything else, you know? I hope it was eye-opening. To the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Shai Bashem, Kakodash. Until next time, Shalom.